Mohammed Adow is at the Mberra Refugee Camp in neighboring Mauritania. Mohammed, with big gains being made by the Malian and French troops inside the country, I'm wondering if people you've spoken to are, well, people are still entering the camp first.
Well, yes, Tony, there are so many people coming across the border almost every day. According to the UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, between 800 and 1,000 people are crossing the border every day to come and join the camp of Mberra, the biggest in the region that is holding Malian refugees. What we know is most of these people are Tuaregs and Arabs, the ethnic groups that have been at loggerheads with the Malian governments for a very long time. The Tuareg, for example, have had several rebellions against the government in Bamako since 1960. And what we know is every time they have waged a rebellion, the government forces had quelled the rebellion forcefully. And it's this history that is making people flee. Reports of people who are of the Tuareg ethnic group as well as Arabs being attacked back in Timbuktu and other towns taken by the Malians and the French forces have not been reassuring to the people also. We met some of the leadership of the movement, national movement for the liberation of Adow. This is the nationalist Tuareg movement, some of them who are in exile here in Mauritania, and they say it is the responsibility of the French forces to ensure that they do not target civilians, and civilians are not targeted, and it's only those who are in the armed groups that are targeted.
Well, that's interesting, Mohammed. So ultimately, what is to become of the nationalist Tuaregs who are there? They essentially, at this point, don't have a home to go back to.
No, at the moment, the rebellion that they waged about a year ago seems to be disarray right now. The National Movement for the Liberation of Adow has had its rebellion hijacked by an Islamist group, the Ansar al-Din, who are allied to Al-Qaeda, and that is where things went wrong for them. They say they will continue clamoring for their own homeland in the north of the country and will make sure that they get an independent homeland in the north of Mali. They are saying they are very surprised and also shocked that the French are taking the Malian forces back into the north, saying that these people cannot be allowed to coexist with their people back home. So there is a lot of sentiments here expressing what they call, you know, their if I can call it, problems with the government in Bamako, and they're saying that there needs to be dialogue immediately. There needs to be talks, because they say there cannot be a united Mali as long as the Malian forces continue to treat their people with such scorn and also with such hostilities.
Mohammed, appreciate it. Mohammed Adow at the Mberra Refugee Camp in Mauritania for us. Mohammed, thank you.